How's it going, guys? It's Nutshell, and today I'm going to teach you how you can farm up some of the best possible gear and items that you can use within Escape from Tarkov's PVE mode, and you don't really need any requirements to be able to do so, and the only requirement that is kind of an additional extra to this is going to be done by doing the exact thing that we'll be doing anyway, and so I'll show you everything that you need to know. Of course, do me a massive solid favor and hit the like button and let's jump in. So, of course, most of the high tier armors and stuff like that are locked behind completing quests, and with the removal of some of the armor components that you could actually get from some of the traders previously that have been kind of removed now from BSG's perspective into the game, that means that getting some of those level 6 and level 5 plates can be a real problem to put into some of your rigs, as well as just getting those rigs and actual body armor in the first place. Now, this method requires you to have 6 fence rep, although it isn't 100% needed, because the way that we get our fence rep, which I'll show you in a second if you haven't already got 6 fence rep, is also going to farm you up these plates and gear and components and weapons and money at the same time. But essentially, what we're going to be doing is getting ourselves to 6 fence rep. Now, once you reach 6 fence rep, you get access to the max trader, essentially additional storefront that Fence actually has, which refreshes and can have a wide variety of armor components within it, as well as actually getting yourself some weapons that you can't either buy off the flea and stuff like that. And also, you can find yourself marked room keys that are actually sold for the quick sell price within the Fence Rep max store, is what I guess I will call it, but essentially like the max loyalty, which is 6, where the benefits kind of end, and you can go over that. I mean, we're at 8.6 roughly at this moment in time, and of course I haven't really been grinding out any more than that because I don't need to. But once you've of course unlocked that, you'll find that it will refresh with a wide variety of items that you should see on screen. You can get yourself level 6 plates within rigs and stuff like that. Now, please be aware that when these actually come up on the flea, or at least on the trader panel, that they cannot have the full durability. So some of them will have higher durability than others. And so, yes, you can get plates that are full durability, but you can also get them that aren't. So when you're looking at buying things off of this max flea or fence rep trader, then you're going to be making sure that you're picking up the actual plates that do have durability. Otherwise, there's no point. But in terms of the cost of them, they are relatively expensive, and although you know they are more expensive than what you can buy the actual rig or armor component off of the flea, you can't actually buy the plates that are on some of those armor components anyway when you go to buy them off the flea, because they're not non-tradable on the actual flea market itself. So it's a great way to get yourself the plates and also get yourself some good gear. Now, that's one thing that we do. Of course, we mentioned the marked room keys that can actually spawn in the store. This is a great way to make a ton of money. They are really rare, so you know you're not going to be able to guarantee them every single time. But if you do manage to get one, you know you can net 30 million just from literally picking up a key. They go for the quick sell value, which is about 1 million rubles, something like that, if you buy it. But of course, these marked room keys can go from anywhere from like 10 million at the minimum all the way up to like 30 million. So, you know, if you get yourself one of those, it's a very nice day and super simple. And it's more of a thing of doing it whilst you're actually just trying to find those armor components that is going to, you know, give you the extra. I wouldn't recommend just sitting there for hours on end trying to get a marked room key, although maybe, you know, it will work for you, but it's not something I'm interested in either. So in terms of getting yourself to 6 fence rep, we have done a guide previously that was on Streets of Tarkov, which is a great map to do so because there's a lot of PMC AI fighting, which gives you the increased fence rep or the scav rep that you can actually use to boost up your level, because of the fact that when a PMC takes out a scav and you take out the PMC that took out that scav, you get additional rep that can then be added onto your raid. So you can go from anywhere from like 0.1 to 0.3 actual rep just from doing one singular raid as a scav. Now you have to play as a scav, which is one of those things that is both a blessing and a curse. I'm sure some of you don't enjoy doing that, which is absolutely fine, and you don't have to. You can do a lot of the actual cars and car extracts to level up your fence rep, but at the same time, the best way to do it is literally just running a factory scav and just running around taking out PMCs. The scav timer, if you've got all of the boosts in the hideout, is pretty quick, so by the time that you've looted out and got all of the stuff out of the raid and you put it into your stash, you've sorted it, it's pretty much back into the raid as a scav anyway. So it doesn't take long, so it's basically a continuous stream of scavs. Obviously you can get things like labs access keycards, which are amazing, as well as actually getting yourself some decent keys. You can spawn with marked room keys actually on your scav. It's very rare, so once again, I'm not saying that you should be running scavs to be able to get a marked room key, but it does happen, and so it is one of those things that, you know, you can do if you're just trying to farm up the plates. Now, factory is great because a lot of the PMCs that you'll be meeting will also be able to be taken out quite easily. The only thing you have to be wary of if you haven't got 6 scav rep yet, which is the whole point in doing it, is that the boss together will actually be aggroed to you if you get too close to him. He won't if he's like far away, but if you do get close and you start aiming at him, etc., he will actually aggro you, and then all of the scavs on the map will aggro you. You won't lose fence rep unless you take out any of those scavs or Tigilla himself, but you know, be aware of that. It's something to take note of, but realistically, it's a great way to take out those PMCs, get your loot out of the raids as well, make a bit of money, and of course be able to then access that fence rep max store that then allows you to get all of the best gear in the game. And in terms of how long it will take you to actually go through all your raids to get to 6 fence rep, it would take roughly, I would say, about 80 raids on factory. So it is quite a long time, but considering how much faster it will be than just if you were to run around trying to get your fence rep or doing all of the car extracts, it's not going to get you there anyway. So you might as well go and run either using the streets method that we actually will leave as a link in the description of this video, or running around on factory like we did and just going in, and because they're very quick raids, they're not as long as the other ones. So if you can get through 2 factory or 3 factory potentially for every streets raid, you're actually going to end up on a similar amount of fence rep every single raid, and those 3 fence reps of about like anywhere from 0.05 to 0.1 on factory, you know, you total that up and it's going to be similar to what you get from 1 streets raid anyway. So either way that you want to do it, it's down to you, but of course there's more loot spawns and rare item areas and probably more money per raid that you'll get on streets, but yet again, it's completely down to you. I thought I'd make this video because lots of people were saying that they want to get the high tier gear, and maybe they don't have the unlock requirements, maybe because of the fact that Lightkeeper still isn't fixed in his quest line, which you can't actually progress because BSG are fantastic. Well, you can still get some of those components using the Fence Max store anyway. So thank you very much for watching. I'll keep it short and sweet, and I hope that you join me in the next video. Have a great rest of the day. Goodbye.